Hey everyone, this is Tracy with Color Me This. Welcome to episode 169, no, 170 I think. Yeah, 170, because yesterday I was off by one. We are doing our daily color in small victories. I'm going to be coloring for about 45 minutes. I've got 4 sets of pencils pretty much ready to go. I'm going to start with Prismacolor. Prismacolor is this particular flower. I did finish on my own time the Light Fast, and I did also finish with you guys Holbein, and then went on to the Light Fast. And I also managed to finish up this giant Polychromos flower. Ironically, if you want to know between the three which was my favorite of all the crazy things, I liked the Light Fast. I thought the Holbein was a little too soft. This is sounding like the Goldilocks and the Three Bears. And the Poly was a little too dry. And the Light Fast was just a perfect in between. I thought that was very interesting. It kind of depends. I noticed when I colored different images that my tastes change a little bit as to what type of pencil that I like. Okay, so we're starting off with Prismacolor. I've got from light to dark. We're doing the yellows first. 1011, 916, 1003. Those colors are, if I can read those little tiny letters, Deco Yellow, Canary Yellow, and Spanish Orange. And we are doing, again, this I have zoomed way in so that you guys can see it. I am going to be moving quickly today because I am definitely not completing these in a timely fashion. Tonight is coloring class, so I will be doing 3 hours of coloring in a couple of hours. So I hope to keep this to only 45 minutes. I've got the class materials completely ready to go. I was very sad as I was cleaning up. The nice thing about having something in my home every other week is the need to be clean every other week. But alas, as I was moving things around, we have a table that collapses to very small and it gets very large. And I had to pull it out and move it over to the area where the dining table goes when we have it out. And I knocked over my cute little bunny holding this crystal ball. I can't believe that I killed my bunny. That is it for the yellow. I'm going to go back in here and do a little bit of blending. So anyhow, sad, sad day. And of course the crystal ball, it was glass. Cracked glass, so it shattered very nicely all over the floor. All right, yellow is done. I will be just setting these off to the other side when I'm have completed them. Next is going to be the reds. Let's see if I can get these in the correct order. Okay, that looks good. Reds lightest to dark. Carmine Red 926, Scarlet Lake 923, Crimson Lake 925, and Tuscan Red 937. Starting with the darkest red. I've noticed most of these flowers very conveniently only have 4 different patterns to them, although the bigger ones have more than 4, because on the Polychromos one that I am looking at, you can't see it though because I'm zoomed in so far, I had to use one color twice, and I chose to use the purple to violet twice. Now I know that Prismacolors are smooshing pencils, but I tend to be a light layers gal. And I just noticed that, oh, hey, I should have just gone really heavy, but I did not. It just isn't, and it is kind of awkward sitting in this position, I can't really get a good angle to go heavy. Because I'm not sitting up leaning over my paper. I'm actually, or my coloring image. So that makes the idea of getting in there with heavy pressure not so easy to do. But I find that the Prismas are happy to work for me whether I do light or heavy pressure. They are not overly choosy. So you'll see that the way I'm coloring, I've got some tooth, so I will have to go back and do another layer. So what I'm going to do, because I want to get through these, all 4 of them, that's my goal, I am going to have to not do every single petal. I will do a portion of the petals. And then the other thing too is that I've only got 2 sets of pencils because I am using quite a few pencils for each brand. And so I only have 2 in my Lazy Susan, and I will take a pause to go load up. I have an empty one here. I just wanted to get started sooner than later. So I am going ahead, as you can see now, I'm adding a little more pressure. So this outer color, which is the lightest, has been burnished. Now I will just walk backwards. I didn't do a perfect job here. I was quite surprised with my choice from the 3, and technically Prismacolor is on my professional list. So that is why I wanted to start with this one, with this brand, because they are they do have light fast ratings. I know that quality for them frustrates people because they aren't necessarily the highest quality, and cost-wise they are on definitely the lowest end of the professional pencils. All right, so I'm going to call this done. Love how vibrant it came out. I'm gonna say I was doing some quick mock-ups, and the softer pencils are definitely faster. I should have picked, this large image should have been something other than the polys because it took forever to do. All right, so per my little mock-up where I did a couple of the petals of each, I am on the violet. It's a very small area, so I've probably chosen way too many colors here. I might reduce. I could even try 3. So here's the 5. I will say all 5, and I'll probably pick every other one. All right, so hot pink 993, process red 994, mulberry 995, dahlia purple 1009, and dark purple 931. So if I were to pull out and only do 3 because of the tiny size of these petals, it will look like these 3 right here. So we'll see if I feel that I am missing any of the nuance of the color by only doing the 3. So 993, 995, and 931, lightest to darkest. And I am actually going to start with the dark. I am going for my scalloped rosette look that I did here with the light fast. I did not do that technique with the polys. In retrospect, I wish I would have. I think the 3 is going to work just fine. And you know what? This is all I'm going to do of this. I'm going for a record. Hope I remember. I've got all 5 in the pile, and I'm only doing 3. And then blue. I've picked 5 blues. It's a bigger size, so I will keep all 5 blues. Putting them in, I think the blue denim goes like so. Forgot to make sure I had disk space on my camera, so I have cleaned off some videos, and I have my blues all in sort order. We're going from light to dark: powder blue 1087, true blue 903, cobalt blue hue 133, denim blue 1101, Indian throne blue 208. Starting with the dark, I will only do a few petals because there are so many. Even doing a few will take a little time. I sharpened these in my jar link, and I hesitate to sharpen a really soft pencil in it, but it seemed to do fine. When I'm all done, I am going to take it apart. I have a video on how to take the original kind of oval-shaped jar link apart. I had a problem with it, and I was able to fix it, thank goodness. And I've got instructions on that video. Hub, I think, is getting up from his nap. So I am going to press on because I think he is heading back out to the trail. I'm now on the second to lightest blue, which is the true blue. The lightest blue is powder blue. All right, I'm going to do a little bit more on this dark. I want to fill in the tooth before we move on. The second set that we are going to be moving to is the Evazar, which I am very sad to say I have not seen them available. Oh, darn it. I was grabbing my brush. I do not dare swipe off this. See that giant crumb? These are Prismas, and I have learned you do not swipe them with your hand, or you will make a nice smear of whatever color that crumb is. Yeah, so Evazar, which is a lovely set, has not been available much on Amazon, which makes me so sad. Oh, I see another crumb. So that is what it's going to look like. And I will be finishing that up on my own time. I think that looks lovely. Next, we're just going to move right on into the Evazar. And the Evazar... and I haven't even... So this will be fun because I did not test these out and I have not made a game plan. So let's just see what I can come up with. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different layers, and then we have the little dashed lines that could also be a 6th layer, which is what I am tempted to do. So we will work on this together on the fly. The 3 colors, now Evazar, they are numbered beautifully. 1 to whatever, 130, I think is the set. So the yellows, they're in perfect color family order. These are just such a lovely set. Not only do they work good, they're numbered the way I like them. And I can read them. I would love them to be something other than silver, but at least they're big enough that I can read. And of course the hologram rings are just the icing on the cake. Light to dark, sorry, I have the light on top. Lemon yellow 11, sunflower yellow 12, turmeric yellow 14. And I just had started with the lemon yellow. And then here I go with sunflower yellow. Oh, and this is not very sharp. I will sharpen this. Next, I am going to, we'll go on this side so that we can see how everybody plays together, since this is the side that's got the most coloring. And I am going to go ahead and do a yellow. And I am looking at the colors around me. I just started with the darkest, which is turmeric. Now I'm going to sunflower. These are very buttery, almost oily feeling, even softer. They're not crayon-like though, but they are soft. I actually think Holbeins are softer, and these feel very much like Holbeins to me. Okay, so that is the 2 different yellow areas. Next, let's just see, and I hope I'm going to make a good decision here. Let's do blue. My plan, if I look at my flowers all around me, none of these flowers that touch this flower have blue on the outside. Middle, inside. So I'm going to put the blue on the outside. And I want to state or show a flaw. We've got a little bit of a flaw with this wood. I will be sharpening it. And it's still there. I'm not sure about why that is the way it is. All right, we have 4 blues. Again, they're going to be in a nice, somewhat number order. Going light to dark, I have Argentina blue, 65. Mediterranean blue, 72. Cobalt blue, 74. And navy blue, 78. Starting with the dark, going to definitely do the scallops / ribbon pattern. I am winging it here. I did not try these out. My theory, if I go so fast through the layouts here of what I want, I can come back and maybe continue on. Maybe I'll pick a favorite. I'm on the third lightest Mediterranean blue. And I can tell that I could absolutely have gone thicker on the darkers had I wanted to, but let's see if this gives it a little different look. Lightest blue that I am going to use is Argentina blue. you will see that I happily use the lightest color to do some burnishing and, you know, get into those tight edges rather than go back to the darkest. I could switch back, but I find that using the lightest in my color combo to do the finishing touches works very nicely. All right, so that is what the blue is going to look like. Yeah, red's next. I do have 5 reds. I think that these go this way. Ironically, with the reds, I did not find with a salmon or coral color is typically how I do a lightest version of a red. And I noticed that oh, you can't even see it. The lightest red, there wasn't really a lightest red for me in the corals for the Prismacolor, so I thought that was interesting. Okay, so I still have 3 tones. We have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So in all of this, we are going to get to repeat again. I only have a purple to go. So I could do purple, red, purple. I think I will do that. So this is the red. I am not going to do the whole circle because it will take too long. Again, doing light layers. Going to extend this out. And then I will be working for each of these scallops. I actually did not go very red. This is a little bit on the pinkish red side. So we will see what it looks like. What is this? Rose red. Did I not tell you my colors? I am so silly. All right. Let's give you the colors. All right. Oh, golly. These are pretty beefy pencils. Almost can't hold all 5. Okay, light to dark, coral 17, rose red 25, cherry red 28, maroon 30, and black currant 33. And I believe that I am on cherry red. Next, rose red. Lightest color, coral. Yeah, see, that's nice. I have to go back to the darkest. Let's try to get this tooth filled in. That was the darkest, which is black currant, and now this is maroon. And that is about what we look like. I see some waxy, I wouldn't call it wax bloom, but these definitely have a shine to them. You can wipe with a cloth if you want to get rid of some of the shine. All right, so leaving those alone. And then the last one, oops, down went a pencil. Purple. So we have going with the purple violet, plum, aubergine. I'm going in the wrong direction, aren't I? Lightest to darkest, sunset purple 52, mythical purple 54, aubergine 58, and plum 55. 55? 56. Starting with the dark. I'm going to do just a little bit of this. Yeah, these have a very slick feel to them. Kind of like on ice, like you're ice skating. All right, so with what I am putting here, this is very thin pie shape. I won't have a lot of room. For all of the tones. I'm going to skip the second to lightest and go directly to the light one. Okay, that looks great, and that's going to be nice and fast. Now, starting back with the dark again. I wouldn't mind this actually looking more half moon-ish shaped. I don't mind extending that out. I need aubergine. This will give us the slight more violet tone. These are really pretty colors. Okay, so I've only done 2. Let's try not to skip the third one. Okay, then our lightest color, sunset purple. I see a need right in the middle there with the aubergine. It's the one violet-y color. And then the dark purple. Okay, so those are going to be the Evazar colors. I have to pause because I need to pop back out, get my next 2 sets ready, and I'll be right back. All right, everybody, on to another of my favorite sets, the Brutfuner Squares. I picked this very large flower. I hope that wasn't a mistake. So here we go. Light to dark, 108, 10, 103, and 18. Starting with the darkest, I think I'm trying to figure which ones I should do. If I do this, I will see what it will look like over here. I have sharpened these to a nice sharp point. So I watched a video recently, very recently, like within 10 days, I believe, and the person reports that they don't see the squares anymore offered. They only see the, like the LBW rounds, which are actually priced really well, by the way. And so I need to pursue that because I am not sure. I know that they started making these with English instead of the Chinese color name. And so I just don't think that that makes sense, that they would put that effort into getting the English translations done only to stop selling them. So I am going to have to pursue that. If you guys know, let me know. I swear I still have in one of my lists that I have, not a public one, but a private one includes these. And I do because I check pricing. I'm looking for sales. In fact, I am specifically wanting to get another set of the Evazar, and I just never see it available. So as you can see, the outermost petals are the reds. And let's go to 103. Did I give you the numbers? I thought I did. Now I don't even remember. I'm so silly. Okay. 18 is the darkest, so let's move this brown. The barrel colors do not match, by the way. 18, 103, 10, and 108. And 18 is the darkest. It's a burgundy. 103, see how that says brown? That is actually the color of 10. And 10 is more of a salmon color. And then 108 is over in the oranges as a salmon or a coral. And so you cannot believe the barrels with this set, because many of them look browns, and they're not. These have a tendency to be crumbly, make some dust, but I think it really depends on your style of coloring. Because I tend to do the light layers, I don't get a lot of dust. I have watched other videos of these and that people get a significantly larger amount of dust on their pages than what I see. And when I do see it is when I watch my coloring and I basically go from toothy to burnished. That's when I will see some crumbs, if any. So like this whole side here, pretty much self-burnished. Finally just got enough of the tooth filled in, and I am not seeing any crumbs. And I am taking this lighter color, and I'm using it to do the burnishing. I don't tend to like white because white contaminates my color and tends to lighten things too much. All right, so that is our red. The outline that you see, let's see, put these away. So this outline is going to be some sort of fun embellishing. Next color. kind of grab the purples because they are right here. Very pretty. All right, so again, you cannot trust the barrels. I forgot to sharpen these. Alrighty, light is on the top, dark on the bottom. I am going to flip-flop. I think that's the way I'm going to go. That needs a little more of a sharpen. Alright, so light to dark, 16, 14, 105, and 54. Starting with the dark, and I am doing the innermost ribbon. I technically think this could be done with 3. Oh, that's interesting. My numbers say that I should be using a different one than 16. Let me double check that. Maybe I grabbed the wrong one. Okay. I am looking at that, and that just looks wrong to me. So perhaps I made a bad decision. Sorry about this, folks. Where did my... There it is. You don't see me scrambling here. Huh. I think 14 does look like the one I should be using. And I'm going to pause. I might have to erase this little bit. I will return. All right, problem fixed. I really needed to not have 16 at all. I needed 14, then 105, and I pulled 113, which, look at this. This mark is the strap in the case. This discolored inside the case with the lid closed. Crazy. And 54. So this, I'm going to do one more now. I have fixed the 2 I was working on, and I am going to... 113 is the darkest. Yeah, look at that discoloration. Totally different color. I don't understand. Crazy. That's what you get with a budget pencil. You just have to accept it. So this is the new darkest color. 113. 54. Second darkest color. 105. Third color, almost the lightest one. See how small that's going to be. And then 14 is the lightest color. Something like that. All right. I'm pushing pretty hard, and you can see, maybe you can't see, there are a few crumbs. As I said, they happen when I put heavy pressure at the end when I'm burnishing. These are not as messy as Prismas. Okay, so now the blue. Let's get the blues out. Oh my gosh, these are not my blues. Did I not grab the blues? I think I didn't. Boy, I am just falling all apart. Back in a sec. All right, so the blues are perfect and the barrels look great. Light to dark, 38, 84, 33, and 89. By the way, the zipping off of the paint with the Dremel to be able to write the numbers was the best idea ever. I could have done some labels of some variety, but it just made sense. And it went very fast. Starting with the darkest color, we are doing the largest part of the petal. We are going to make it look like it is curled like we've been doing with all of them. Let's see how the Brutfuners work. I think I want this to be a little wider. That's much better. Now I haven't decided on this set of circles if I want to use those for another embellishing. So for now I am not going to put any color in them because I'm leaning toward that direction. There's a couple of other flowers with circles. Opportunity for embellishing. Now the lightest blue. Doing a little burnishing with this lighter blue. All right, so that's what that's going to look like, and all we have left with the Brutfuners are the yellow. I have 3 yellows. I don't even know if I need the 3 yellows because it's just a little dot. And yes, I could, the alternative for those circles would be to mimic this and have that be yellow. So I might do that. I probably will have to erase that little bit of purple using my electric eraser, which is not here with me. I like that orange. That's nice. Kind of looks like the Holbein. I should probably fix this one. Deepen that up. All right, the next set, which is already sitting here ready to go, and the flower we are going to be doing, so that's what that one looks like. There's what this is our, so, Prismacolor, Evazar, Brutfuner Squares. Way over here, just this portion is going to be my favorite, and that is Prang for the win, my class pencils. All right, so I've got yellow, golden yellow, yellow orange. And the bit that is going to be yellow is quite small. It's these two little bits right here. Remember, you don't get as much payout, but I already think that what I'm seeing here by these is fantastic. And now, the cool thing is, I told you that the Crayola redeemed themselves in this book. So I have added them to the rotation. So I know tomorrow is a holiday, that I will be busy. But when I do the final page is going to have Crayola, and that's going to be Crayola. And then that really big flower is going to be Spearer Farben. And we will be done. So I actually get an extra day to finish these flowers. All right, so now we're moving to red. We're probably over our 45 minutes right now. So red is going to be 2 bits. Red is right here, and then red is these little scallopy bits. I won't be doing the whole thing. I will just do a few of these. The 3 colors for the reds are peach, salmon, and red. These look so bad on copy paper, you guys. I do show everybody what these look like when they first come to class, and maybe they've colored once or twice. I show them what these look like on bad paper and what they look like on good paper. And most everybody says, clearly, I only ever colored with bad paper. I said, yeah, paper is all the difference. So this, I don't have a dark red in the 50. There are only 50 that I have in this set. So sadly, we are going to look pretty washed out compared to the other red sets. Yeah, so that's my dark red. There is rosewood, which is a color in the browns, and I could consider playing with that, adding that, and then I'll just let you guys know if that's what I did add to it. I didn't think of it last night. All right, red is done. Yeah, I'd like to try rosewood. Purple is next. We have 3 of our, it's a violety purple. And what did I decide was going to be? So purple is the smallest. It seems like with my strategy, I have been going with the bigger piece being the blue. Hub is coming in here, and I will press on so I can be finished. We are just about done. I don't think I have a dark violet. The colors are purple, magenta, and then the lightest is pink. Pretty straightforward colors. Okay, blue, and then we are done for the day. I appreciate you guys sticking it out. I have 4 blues. I am not sure if we need all 4 blues. Here they are. Dark blue, not navy. Dark blue, blue, ocean blue, and sky blue. And yes, these are my own labels that I have added. Okie doke. Very large. Large petals. Yeah, so blue, okay, so 2 things. First, we're on our curve, and I hope it's not blurry. That's the problem with the spine versus the rest of the page. And then the blues tend to be this. In fact, blue I thought looked pretty dark last night when I was testing this out. Yeah, see, I almost think the dark blue is lighter than the blue. Very interesting. All right, ocean blue is next. The tones of the blues in the 50 set from one color to the next is just like almost like it's a different color family. So that's the best we're going to be able to do. Let's go back to see what we can do with this dark blue. So that is our 4th set. I am pretty much finished. I will go away. You won't see me tomorrow. I will be back Friday for the daily color. I will have all of these done because I get tonight and tomorrow. So what we did today, we've done Prang. We did Prismacolor, Evazar, and Brutfuner Squares. So thank you all so much for bearing with me today as I'm trying to scramble and keep the colors straight and the pencils straight. Do all the YouTube things, like, share, comment, and consider subscribing. And I will see you all Friday. Have a great holiday. If you're in the US, that is, sorry. 4th of July, tomorrow, Independence Day.